So here we are in part 3 of the Barbarian's playthrough, and coming to an end closely. As you all know, we're on our way to hunt and kill the Skeleton King, and he's not very far. And here we got the, I think these things are called Buried. And he's gonna pop out from those dead corpses after they fuse together, like this grotesque fella. But he's no match for my Hammer of the Ancients. So we're gonna continue on this way. Search this dead guy, nothing. Open this door. Keep going. Oh, I'm gonna get one of these sorcerer dudes again. Again, he tries to run away. To no avail. Kill these skeletons here. Pick up some health. Pick up the shitty club that drops. Oh, another buried. As you can see, like I was saying earlier, the Hammer of the Ancients is good against targets with high health because it does do quite a bit of damage, so it does take off nice chunks of their health. So we've made our way to the Cathedral level 3, and I'm gonna attempt to get ambushed by skeletons coming up the stairs, but who's afraid of some stupid skeletons? And I don't know what happens there. So my computer decides to just jump forward. Maybe it just likes being in the heat of battle like I do. Anyway, I'm gonna kill these cultists to free the Templar here, so he can lend me a hand. And yes, you are free. He's just gonna go around punching people, owning them still.
Who are you?
Probably the strongest unarmed character I've seen to date.
I will reward you well.
Check out this weapon rack here, just a normal hand axe, nothing special.
What brought you to this infernal place?
So we're gonna make our way up here.
As do I.
Take out the skeletons.
The cultists dragged me past this.
Take out this servant of John Dar. And we're gonna proceed to get the Templar's weapons back, so he can, inflict more damage than he already does, considering he has only punching people and still taking them out. Oh, look at that, like 3 hit a guy. Just punching him.
I am Cormac.
So there he is, he's got his armor, he's got his shield, he's got his spear.
If it is the Skeleton King you
And then he's telling you who he is. Barbarian approves and says, yeah, we should hunt together.
I know a Templar can be trusted. Together we fight.
I guess if he had leap attack, I might be able to leap over this. But since I don't have it on, we're gonna have to take the long route. Not before we try to get ambushed by some of these sorcerer people. And again, fail. We're gonna make our way, and this guy's gonna be all Mr. Tough Guy and just knock down this set of spikes. And here comes John Dar, just patiently waiting for us to come find him. And he's just gonna run away because he's a little pussy.
Not enough fury.
Necromancer Betrayer. What a title. Here we are. And he's gonna die.
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven.
And the Templar here is gonna give some fancy move and dispatch John Dar.
Thank you for your aid. I will go with you if we find the sacred tomes.
Agreed.
He's gonna give me some spiel about he's grateful and he wants to follow me.
It is good to fight with you again.
So now the Templar is in my service, because he'll be helpful against the boss. I'm gonna pick heal, so that's probably a lot more useful. And we're on into Cathedral level 4. Almost there, guys. We'll run into some shielded skeletons. They were actually strong enough to block a blow from the Barbarian. I don't know if I could do that, in my current state. Let alone, if I didn't have any muscle tissue on me. I'm pretty sure he'd blow me, just smash me to the ring, but whatever. It is a game. And as we've seen before, games do make skeletons to be, you know, deceptively strong. Then again, I guess skeletons are brought back with magic, and I guess that magic could be used to make them strong without any sort of muscle tissue to give them strength, but whatever, it's beyond me. It's a video game. Skeletons are still cool. I'm down with skeletons. So, never enough of these servants, or whatever they're called, these arcane people that spawn skeletons. They seem to be everywhere, always in the walls. Yeah, it's gonna go that way, but I guess I'll decide to go this way. And this guy's just hiding behind that little corner in there, hoping to get the jump on me, but I guess sadly to his demise he did not. And down there is just a room with some enemies. I know the door isn't there, and you know, like the other video I made for the monk, for time's sake I won't go there because I don't want to make these too long. So I'm gonna go away that I think the door is. I have a feeling it's over this way. And if you saw that, my Templar dude just critical hit somebody. I didn't notice that before. I didn't know they could score critical hits. Here we go, we're gonna face another one of these Barbarian dudes. Activate my battle rage. Oh, and he's gonna get fucked up. Level 8. So I can now use those 2 pieces of equipment I had stashed away, and there you go, as you see I am just unlocked Ground Stomp. However, I don't think I put it on to use. I apologize, I'm kind of bad at these playthroughs. What I really should be doing is, you know, playing through with the class and, you know, showcasing all these skills I get. But I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, you know, there's plenty of other people who have made playthroughs. I mean, maybe for the Demon Hunter I'll do that. Because I'm pretty sure for the Monk and the Barbarian, people just want to see them in action, you know, because they're melee characters, you always want to see them fight. But now that I think about it, I probably should be, you know, every time I get a new skill, go and switch it out and, you know, just showcase it a bit, just show what it does. I think I use Ground Stomp on the Skeleton King, because I figured it would be useful to have him stunned for a brief period of time. So you might just get to see Ground Stomp in action a bit. But everything else, you know, Leap Attack, Frenzy, that won't be in here. Also because I don't get high enough level. You know, your typical 1 playthrough you get about to 8, I think. I think the highest I've gotten one playthrough of the beta without, you know, going back and redoing the last level over and over again. I think it's 9. So, that's pretty high, I guess. You know, it seems to be a significant jump once you hit like 8. There seems to be a significant jump in the XP needed to progress forward. And, you know, it just keeps getting larger and larger as you hit 10, 11, and 12. So as most of you may have already heard or read about, the max level in this one is 60 compared to Diablo 2's 99. But apparently getting from 1 to 60 is the equivalent of getting from 1 to 95 in Diablo 2. And if many of you guys watching this were avid Diablo 2 players, you'll all know that trying to get to 95 legit would have taken a long time. Because, you know, the only way to get there quickly was to do Veil runs or Chaos runs. And even then, it still took a lot of Veil and Chaos runs in Hell to get to 95. And you know, when you saw people who were 99, the only way they got there is because they had bot programs, you know, constantly running in the background when they weren't on their computer. They probably had like a laptop or something that just kept constantly running the bot, and he just constantly kept doing chaos runs, you know, all day, all night. You know, trying just to have his bot collect loot for him, so he could, you know, trade it and just, you know, make his characters rich and just pimp them out with, you know, godly gear. So, you know, and you know, the other thing about Inferno, if you guys haven't heard, there's a new difficulty called Inferno, and that's after Hell. And the only way to get to Inferno is you have to be level 60. And in Inferno, all the enemies start at level 61. And as we all know, if you're trying to play Hell legit in Diablo 2, it was actually incredibly hard. You know, normal was a cinch. You know, it was a joke, really. Nightmare was, you know, a bit of a challenge, but you know, when you first got into Nightmare, it was hard. But then, you know, as enemies started dropping better stuff because it's Nightmare, the difficulty scaled, and the drops are better, you know, it becomes doable. And then when you get into Hell, everyone knows that when you're trying to do Hell legit, it is hard. It was pretty tough. And you know, certain classes also had much harder time dealing with Hell, particularly the Barbarian. I found particularly that the Barbarian in Diablo 2, once you got into Hell, was extremely underpowered. You know, a lot of his skills just weren't strong enough to, you know, use normal, rare weapons. You had to have, you know, a lot of his godly gear for whatever build you were doing to, you know, actually make it through Hell with, you know, relative ease, or even just maybe make it through there. But once you did have any character's godly gear, Hell was not that hard at all. And there was a quick pause there because I went back to town, I soured some stuff, and made some new gear in preparation for the boss fight of the Skeleton King. So yeah, I'm quite excited about Inferno, but not at the same time, because I already know right now that in order for me to even be able to play Inferno and experience the challenge of it, I'm going to have to be playing this game a lot. And I know I already will be playing it a lot, but I just wish that this game might have come out when I was younger, when I had much more time on my hands, didn't have other things in my life to worry about. Because I'm going to have to get to 60, and if they say getting from 160 is from the same as 1 to 95 in Diablo 2, you know, that's going to require a lot of time in Hell, spent in Hell, just to be able to play and experience the challenge that is Inferno. Because, you know, all the best sites, all the best uniques can only be found in Inferno, and you have to be level 60 to use them. But, you know, I'm sure by then there probably will be people who have already played, you know, 5 times as many hours as I have. And, you know, there'll be probably, like, you know, tutorials on the web and stuff, you know, exploits and how to, you know, best places to farm for XP. You know, if I want to really get to 60 fast, in order just to be able to get to it, I might have to resort to that. Because, you know, once everyone found out that barrel runs were the best way to get XP and get from, like, a normal, like, 25 to 40 the fastest way, you know, everyone was in them. I mean, everyone did it because it was the easiest and fastest way to level up from 25 to 40, and, you know, Nightmare from 40 to, you know, 60, 70, and then from Hell, you know, 70 onward. But like I said, once you hit around 92, it took an obscene amount of barrel runs just to get one level, and it just, you know, every level incremented by so much. So you needed a lot from 92 to 93, and then even much more from 93 to 94, and it just got even, like, much higher every time you gained level. So I'm kind of curious, but kind of not, to see how much time it's actually going to take to get to 60 and to actually get into the tournament. So here we are, and that's enough of that. We're in the crypt of the Skeleton King. As you saw, you may have briefly just saw, I just used ground stomp. So the Barbarian stomps the ground, stuns everyone around you, and then you can quickly follow up with Hammer of the Ancients or Cleave. So here's the Skeleton King, sitting up there on his throne, just resting. Taking a little nap, gonna go kill some vases and stuff. Get some fury before the fight. I'm gonna come back just in time. Start attacking, because, you know, he's all super pissed. And thankfully, the video smoothed out. I don't really know why he was getting a little pissed, but does it again. Here I am, just cleaving away. So he spawns some soldiers for me, which is good because I can get my fury up. And there you go. See? I'm actually glad that ground stomp actually stunned the skeleton king. I had figured initially that it wouldn't because, you know, as you know in Diablo 2, all the major bosses, you couldn't really stun them. You know, like if you were a smiter as a paladin, if you used it on like Diablo, it wouldn't stun him, it wouldn't knock him back. You know, it just inflict the damage. Because, you know, it just makes sense. If you could do that to Diablo, then the fight is easy because you're just constantly being helpless. You know, especially with a smiter, since you're doing immense damage and you're stunning him, so he's helpless. And then obviously a boss fight is so easy. So I had to, you know, I had this notion that, you know, stuff like that wouldn't affect bosses, but, you know, I guess the Skeleton King is maybe not like a huge boss, he's just like a boss in one of the chapters of Act 1. So I'm pretty sure, you know, the end boss of Act 1, that same thing will apply, is it won't, you know, he won't be able to be stunned and stuff. And there it is. Killed the Skeleton King with a hammer of the ancients to the face. And there it is. Congratulations, you have defeated the Diablo 3 beta. So there's another class who has successfully completed Diablo 3 beta for all of you to see. And I did get a rare petrified trunk, which is a mighty weapon for the Barbarian. So I'm going to head back to town now and see what it is. So I'm going to identify it. Here goes nothing. It's not that good. Well, that's not bad. I'm going to put that on instead of the other sword I have. And yeah, there was the Barbarian for Diablo 3. Please note that some of these stuff you have seen is subject to change, and there is my gamer account again, MisterNoodlz. If any of you want to play with me, you know, send me a request, because currently I have no friends on here. I've always just been playing with randoms, and it's not the same. So there it is. Take care, folks.